Just hit the
Okay,
rhetoric.
by the way, just pure forgive me. Neither one of you guys are gay. You're not.
No.
You're both straight.
Good.
Okay, I got it. My apologies. I thought one of you was gay. I just want to make sure we get it out there. I mean, nothing wrong with it nowadays. LGBTQ, gay, all that stuff. But go ahead.
So
Patrick Bet-David brings on these two beta-looking guys, the Krassenstein twins, on the PBD podcast on the Valuetainment YouTube channel. I don't know much about them, but apparently they're one of Trump's biggest trolls. Donald Trump even went as far as blocking them on X because they were just that annoying. And I also thought it was pretty funny too that Patrick Bet-David had to ask them whether they were gay or not. I could see why he would even think to ask that. But anyways, Patrick Bet-David had to school the Krassenstein brothers when this specific topic got brought up. Let's get into this clip here where Patrick Bet-David has to school the Krassenstein brothers on this specific topic on the PBD podcast on the Valuetainment YouTube channel live.
Just out of curiosity, and I hate now that we brought him up, I have to talk about it. The Hunter laptop, okay, laptops, because he left a couple at that place. We found out this year with the Twitter files that, and this is, I don't care how you spin it, this is cheating. That there was so much information on there about him, his father, the big guy, all these deals, that the FBI, in conjunction, colluded with Twitter and all these social media places to stop that story, to suppress the story. Anybody that tweeted about it, anybody that spoke about it, you were taken off all these platforms. That is actively cheating to help one political party. So no matter what anybody says, that 100% affected, and they did a poll, Pat, of voters, and they said, if you knew what was on this laptop and all the shit that was with him and his father, would it have swayed your vote? And what was it, like 40% were like, yeah, we wouldn't have voted for him. So at the end of the day, from the Russia collusion to all this to the laptop, that system that he's talking about, 53 of Americans made aware of the Hunter Biden laptop story would have changed their vote. So guys, let's be men about this. That isn't cheating for you. Is that cheating?
So I disagreed with the fact that Twitter deleted that New York Post article.
So
I think that was wrong.
You call it cheating? But hold on, you call it cheating?
I wouldn't say it's cheating because Twitter acted as a private company. Twitter did not act at the behest of the FBI. They may have been.
They were there. Hold on,
Yeah,
they were actively going there, telling them we're with the FBI. The White House sent us. Don't put this story out because it'll help a political campaign.
No, but that's not what the FBI told Twitter.
Yes, they did.
No, did you read the Twitter files?
Of course we did.
They said it was misinformation, and Twitter decided based on what the FBI. So
how's it misinformation? Hold on. So if the FBI, if the government
the
entity
FBI,
says that this
they said it had the characteristics of Russian information.
Bro,
that's what the
cheating.
No.
If they had the characteristics, so that's the FBI, the same FBI that said that dragged us to this Russian collusion bullshit. If they say that, if there's characteristics, they know. Come on, they know what they were doing.
The letter said there's characteristics of Russian disinformation, which arguably it could have been, right?
Eddie, are you joking right now? You've been
I'm telling you what happened.
I actually want to leave you to speak, and I want to and I want to hear you out. So, are you sincerely being serious about what you just said?
I'm just telling you what they said. That's all I'm doing.
No, I understand that, but you're saying it in a way where you think that's a valid
I disagree 100% with the fact that Twitter removed that article.
Okay,
100%.
So then, if they would have kept it, 53% said that would have changed the way they would have voted. That could have meant the difference of Trump being president versus Biden. Yes.
Yes, it could have. Yes. And I think what Twitter did was absolutely wrong. I don't think it was. I don't think they. The idea that the FBI forced them to remove it, they didn't. The FBI has Donald Trump himself asked Twitter to remove tweets from Twitter, right? Is that election interference too?
Stay on this topic here.
The Krassenstein brothers missed the bigger picture here completely, and Patrick Bet-David is 100% right to press them on it. They keep trying to dance around the whole Hunter Biden laptop story, acting like it was no big deal or trying to blame it all on Twitter being a private company. But the truth is simple. When the government agencies like the FBI, for example, are meeting with social media companies, encouraging them to suppress a story right before an election, that's an election interference. I mean, what do you guys think in the comments? Let me know about that. You guys can't sugarcoat that. Patrick brings up the key stat. 50% of voters said if they had known about the Hunter Biden laptop and what was on it, it would have changed their vote. That's not some minor side issue. That's a game-changing level of influence, and the twins don't have any real argument against it. They just try to deflect, make jokes, and just pretend that labeling something as misinformation somehow excuses everything. But they never actually deny the core fact the FBI was involved in getting the story buried. Meanwhile, Patrick Bet-David stays sharp, calm, and factual. He keeps asking the right questions and refusing to let them wiggle out of it. You can tell the twins are uncomfortable because they know they can't defend it. It's classic misdirection. When you don't have a strong argument, you try to change the topic or create just some kind of confusion. Patrick Bet-David doesn't fall for it. He keeps hammering the point, and he's absolutely right. If you're serious about fair elections, you can't pretend like silencing one of the biggest stories of the campaign wasn't a massive deal. But Patrick Bet-David is making sure the truth gets heard, and honestly, we need more people willing to call it out the way he does, and he's just keeping it real at the end of the day. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments, and let's see what Patrick Bet-David has to say here.
Yeah.
Stay on this topic here. So, you just said yes. It would have changed the.
I don't know if it would have changed the election.
You said yes.
It may have, though. Yeah.
No, I mean you guys are. You guys are smart guys. You know you're not guys that are dumb guys. You guys are smart guys. So if you're smart, just be the smart guy that you are. So if that is the case, so now watch this. You know when you think about in sports when somebody wins with a method of cheating? Okay, there was a guy that was fighting. And at the end, this other guy ended up being paralyzed. He ended up dying. The guy had, at the end of the fight, the father, have you guys seen this video? It's a very emotional video where the father comes in. And at the end of the fight, the father, who's the trainer, grabs the opponent's hand and he starts doing this to the gloves. He does this to the gloves because he saw what they did to his face. And then he calls it, and the guy's like, no, he starts, have you ever seen this clip or no?
He put stuff in
you have to find this video, right? And let me tell you, they find the gloves, they open it up.
No.
And in the gloves, there was metal and rocks.
Damn.
The father, it is the most, my body just got the chills all over my body. You have to watch this video. It's so freaking hard to watch. I'll find it out. When I'll respond back to them, I'll send it to you. This kid, for the rest of his life, lived out of a wheelchair. He was paralyzed for life. I mean, that guy cheated, ruined his life. So imagine the rage on half of America who were publicly humiliated for losing, who supported a guy that they wanted to go again, and COVID hurt him. And not only that, that tweet hurt him. In their eyes, he should be the president. And now this guy deserves another 4 years in their eyes. Now you're doing this again 5 times in a row the day after, with knowing the fact that Hunter Biden's taking money, knowing the fact that in the history of the White House, if there's ever been cocaine, I don't know how much cocaine Lincoln did at the White House, but there's not a lot of research on him having cocaine back in the days. So cocaine's only going to be linked to one guy. Now we're supposed to say, nah, it's not going to be him. It's probably somebody else. Honestly, it's probably Donald Trump Jr. somehow snuck in there, did cocaine and left. That's probably him. We have to. You realize how the American people feel like, why do you talk to us like we're dumb and stupid? At this point, I'm okay with buying some propagandas you want to sell, but the moment you start looking at me as I'm stupid, the voters like, I'm sick of you treating me like I'm an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I know what you're doing, and you can't win. So that's the rage. The fact that even a guy like yourself said that could have influenced it.
Yeah, I mean, the left is probably outraged as well that the Republicans are talking about impeaching Joe Biden, right? Like, and they feel the same way about that. They feel like Republicans are. Well, I mean, you had to look at it from that point of view as well, right?
But again, what you're saying is the left is also. By the way, I'm not supportive of either one of them impeaching anybody. Just go do your thing. Unless if it's like, so this impeaching game is not a game I support. I've not one time talked to you about them impeaching Biden. Not one time on our podcast. It's not an article I'm interested in. I'm not interested in that kind of stuff. That's going to make this country the greatest country in the world, the shittiest country in the world. We're going to join a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
But this is a cause of, they impeached Trump how many times?
Twice.
And what happened? Nothing.
Yeah.
But they just wanted to.
Did anybody expect anything else to happen?
But that wasn't but why did they do it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't argue that.
It's purely to humiliate the guy.
Yeah.
That's the only reason you do it.
Yeah, it's a political tool.
Well, then guess what? So if the right is sitting here right now, they're doing it, it's cause. It was stemmed by the left. You started it, like this whole thing.
Well, you could say the Clinton impeachment started it too.
The Clinton impeachment, I'm also not supportive of that with the Clinton impeachment. What happened there? If you impeached him, you want to go impeach all the other however many presidents that we got to go back and do that with? No, I'm not supportive of that. But this one, that one at least there was a proof. He came out and said, I did not have. And then he says, I have to apologize. And then boom. Yeah. And then it is what it is. Obviously, in today's climate, that would be a regular day on a Tuesday.
That would get him
Trump's
elected.
administration. Yeah.
Well, can I
I think Patrick Bet-David absolutely hits the nail on the head when he explains the deep frustration a lot of Americans are feeling. It's not just about one election or just one laptop story. It's about the repeated feeling that the system is rigged and then being treated like idiots when they call it out. Patrick Bet-David makes a powerful comparison to a fighter who cheated and ruined someone's life permanently. And that's exactly how a lot of these voters feel, like the game was fixed against them and then they were mocked for even noticing. The Hunter Biden laptop situation, the suppression of the story, the double standards in the media, it's all adding up. And Patrick's right. It's not just that people are mad, it's that they tried to be talked down to like they're too dumb to see what's really happening. And he also keeps it real by saying he doesn't support endless impeachment games from either side. He's not playing team politics. He's standing up for fairness and common sense. If one side keeps using political tools to punish their opponents, they shouldn't be surprised when the other side plays by the same rules. Patrick Bet-David's message is simple but powerful. You can't build trust by cheating, gaslighting, and then acting like people are crazy for calling it out. And that's exactly why his voice is cutting through all the noise right now, because he's saying what millions of Americans are thinking. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next topic.